So do you like coffee? And if so, what's your favorite kind?
Do I like coffee?
Yeah.
I actually have a song with my own band called Roxie 77, which I front, and it oddly enough, it's the second song off the last album that we put out. It's called "Wake Up and Smell the Coffee." So, coffee culture comes from uh, so many years living in Los Angeles. Obvious, a big coffee culture, but I think I moved to an even bigger coffee culture. Not Seattle, obviously, but I moved to Sweden, where they take their coffee very, very seriously. So every single morning, I wake up with uh, my own cup, my own brand, and I think everybody in Sweden has their own personal Nespresso machines.
Well, that was actually my next question was what inspired you to write Wake Up and Smell the Coffee? Um,
But that it wasn't so much about the actual drink,
yeah,
but it was a little bit more tongue in cheek about the lyric. Is it's like, wake up and look what's going on around you
yeah.
and enjoy the day. It's like I have a couple of sayings that I like to say all the time, and one of them is enjoy the ride. But you have to be, in the present. You have to be in the now to appreciate all those other things. So that's what waking up and smell the coffee is all about.
So you're working with the Pay It Forward Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I came across the Pay It Forward Foundation and the PIF experience, if you will,
Hmm.
um, from from a really cool girl named Malin in Sweden who was doing these Pay It Forward events where she would get donations from everybody, whatever it was, whether it was musical items, whether it was clothing, whatever it was, and she gathered all together, put together packages, and give them out to people that really needed it, and that was her way of paying it forward. So. From that I was inspired and went on the internet and found out where she got all this information and inspiration from, and I went to the pifexperience.com and found a guy named Charlie Johnson who is very, very inspiring. If you go to Pay It Forward, uh, if you just Google Pay It Forward Experience, you'll run across his site. And all you have to do is basically check out what he has to say for 5 minutes and you're sold. You realize that this guy is so dedicated to making the world just a little bit better of a place. He's not asking for much. He's not asking for anything that anybody can't bring to the table. And I like that. I like being able to change the world ever so slightly. It doesn't have to be huge, but it is something every single day. And the more you do it, the more you pay it forward, the more you do random acts of kindness, the more you see the results, and the more you see the results coming back to yourself in a bigger way. So I actually encourage anyone, if they're interested in paying it forward, just to go Google the word "pay it forward experience," and you'll find Charlie and all his inspiration, all his inspirational quotes.
So if you weren't playing guitar, what do you think you would be doing as a job?
If I wasn't playing guitar, I'd be probably helping somebody else out that was playing guitar for a living because that's just what I know. It's just I've always been associated with the guitar, around the guitar. Um, I do love watching movies, getting into uh, film and stuff, but I don't think I would be acting because I. But then again, you never know because nowadays I grew up was watching the Partridge Family, which was a bunch of actors playing rock stars on TV. So you never know. Maybe I would have been in a real cheesy TV sitcom or something like that. But in all seriousness, I also love NFL football, and although I'm too small and to actually play the sport, I do like would imagine myself announcing sports or being somehow involved with the Oakland Raider organization and watching NFL football.
Okay, so I gotta ask, I play guitar, so what is your advice to aspiring musicians?
Well, definitely you picked the right instrument. Guitars, you picked the right one to play, and like I said, you're going to get all the glory, Just remember the bass players are going to get all the money and all the chicks, but you're going to get all the glory as a guitar player. So enjoy it and remember these three things. Actually, the four things, because I did add another one. It's called the four P's. It used to be called the three P's, but now it's the four P's. Practice, because you got to practice. Everybody's got to get to a certain level if you want to make this more than just a hobby and you want to make it part of your life.
Hmm.
Practice your ass off. Um, you got to be persistent. So when the door slams on your face, you got to be persistent enough to kick it down again because the door will get slammed in your face. Don't worry. Um, and you got to have patience. That's the third one. Patience. Because don't think that it's going to come overnight. It's going to take some time. But you will get your shot. And when you do get your shot, make sure that you've prepared yourself and that you're ready for it and make the most of it. And the fourth one is promote. Always promote. Promote yourself. Don't talk bad about yourself. Don't think that you're not good enough of a guitar player. You're good enough. You're as good as you think you are. And as long as you keep promoting, there's going to be other people that will, and you believe in yourself, there will be other people that start to believe in you as well. And you build that up and you keep promoting and, again, being persistent, you'll be able to make this more than just something that you dreamed of when you were a kid. You can actually make it your reality, which I've been lucky enough so far to do. Knock on wood.
What was the moment that you knew that this is what you wanted to do for the rest of your life?
Probably when I put on Cheap Trick at Budokan for the first time in my life. I was at a party in LA, and I was a little kid. And it was just I just moved down to I just gone down there for the summer and hung out with my cousins, and they took me to this party, this house party in Los Angeles, and they put on this band called Cheap Trick. It was a new band at that time, and it was like I think it was either 77 or 78, summer of 1977 or 1978, and I just heard Cheap Trick at Budokan, and it just blew me away. And I was like, I sat there and I said, you know what? This is something that I could do for the rest of my life. I knew it's something I wanted to do, growing up, just having seen the posters on my wall that I had, because I had pop stars on my wall, like I think most kids do at that age, and it seemed like a good enough job. But when I heard that those tunes, I said, you know what? I want to do this for the rest of my life. And luckily enough, so far the ride's been very enjoyable.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Well, thanks for having me. And thanks for supporting. Like I say, anyone that carries the torch of rock and roll and promotes what I do and the things that I'm about, whether it's my own bands or whether it's the Pay It Forward movement, I support you and I look forward to coming and playing for you very soon. Cheers! Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks for the interview, and we'll talk soon. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
If it's going